This is the perfect bag for summer activities, and I'm excited to share a few tips for making it. Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about making sewing and crafts fun and approachable, and let me introduce you to the meshing around pattern from ByAnnie. This is a lightweight drawstring backpack constructed from mesh and fabric. It is perfect from holding everything from swimsuits to workout gear. The breathable mesh provides ventilation and easy visibility of what's inside. The fabric base and casing allows you to showcase fun prints. On the front, there are mesh slip pockets for small items. A cinch top is easy to open and close, and the drawstrings double as straps. The pattern includes cutting requirements and step-by-step instructions for 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. It also comes with a special code for you to access videos where Annie shows you how to do the trickier parts. While they're not billed as step-by-step tutorial videos, I did watch them all, and I found them really helpful in figuring out what to do. I did have to create an account, but I also discovered a few more free patterns and videos that I plan to tackle later. You need fabric for the main parts of the bag, lightweight mesh fabric, fold-over elastic, fusible interfacing, and thread. I chose the medium size and did use pre-washed fabric. This is an out-of-print cotton and steel design. For interfacing, the pattern recommends SUP 179. I tried looking it up, but I couldn't figure out what it was, so went with Pellon Shape Flex 101, which I pre-shrunk by soaking in hot water for about 15 minutes and laying out to dry. You could definitely go with a lighter weight interfacing. Shape Flex worked well, but just know that the casing will have some structure to it. This was my first time using ByAnnie mesh fabric and fold-over elastic. I followed her suggestions for cutting and sewing. Both products come in many colors, but I went with white since it will work with many of the fabrics I already have on hand. Annie recommends using wonder clips to sandwich the fold-over elastic around the mesh, and that worked well. The mesh fabric and the elastic are stretchy, so for all of the steps involving the fold-over elastic, I used a specialty thread. A while back, a company called Metler sent me a few spools of Ceraflex thread to try out, and felt this was a good project to use it for. Ceraflex is made of a material allowing it to stretch up to 65%. But what I like about it is that it still behaves more like standard thread in terms of winding the bobbin and feeding through my sewing machine. The front pocket of the bag has some give to it, and using a stretch thread means hopefully the stitches won't pop out. At first I did use a regular needle, but experienced some skipped stitches, so I switched to a 90/14 stretch needle, and that solved the problem. You will be making your own drawstring straps out of long strips of fabric. This will be much easier if you have a 1-inch bias tape maker. The pattern tells you to cut 2-inch strips, but I find 1 3/4-inch strips are easier to run through the tape maker. I also prefer to join fabric strips on the diagonal to better distribute bulk from the seam. And let's talk about the strap tabs that hold the drawstrings down at the bottom corners of the bag. The cut pieces start off at 2.5 by 4 inches. To be real with y'all, I sewed these incorrectly and they ended up too long, so the drawstrings slip through the loops. To rectify this, I stitched an additional line about a 1/2 inch from the edge. I also added interfacing to the strap tabs even though the pattern didn't call for this. Just using quilting cotton alone, I was worried about the wear and tear on the fabric. And a couple more quick suggestions. I used a bobbin thread holder to run the string through the casing. It was a good alternative to a bodkin. And when you clip the ends of the drawstrings, dab some fray check on the raw edges to prevent fraying. For me, this was one of those patterns that confused me at first, but after watching the videos and actually making one, I now feel confident that I can sew more bags without having to reference the instructions. While it took me a couple days to complete this project, I'm sure subsequent attempts would be a lot faster. I love the finished result and can see myself wanting to sew more of these in different fabrics and giving them as handmade gifts, especially to kids. Meshing around is a great sewing pattern for the confident beginner who has already sewn a few easier items like the Sewing Report line drawstring bag or my pillowcase tutorial with French seams. If you want to join me in making the meshing around drawstring backpack, I do have a few kits available in the Sewing Report Etsy shop. Each kit comes with a physical paper pattern and enough ByAnnie mesh fabric, fold-over elastic, and Pellon Shape Flex 101 interfacing for you to make at least one bag in any of the 3 sizes. And a little extra to account for small cutting errors, because I know sometimes stuff happens. Note that the kits do not come with the main and lining fabrics. You need to provide these yourself. This is the perfect project to use up those 1-yard cuts from your own stash. There's a link to the shop down in the info box. And let me know in the comments, what do you think of this bag pattern, and are there others you'd recommend? Be sure to check out some of my other beginner sewing videos here featuring the Brother CS7000i sewing machine, and subscribe to this channel if you'd like to join our community. Thanks for watching. I'm Jen with the Sewing Report, and remember, whatever you're doing, make it fun.